All right, welcome back to another episode of Watching Shoes. The watch is the Invicta Grand Diver Automatic. Very smooth, secondhand at the 9 o'clock hour. Date. I guess they would call this a date just a date in the Rolex, but this is an Invicta. It's got the 3-dimensional bezel. Just a beautiful timepiece, in my opinion. And if you're looking at this, you're probably saying, okay, by this point in time, this guy's just a moron. This is a $550 shoe. You've seen the second one earlier, previous edition of this shoe. All I can say is know this: I do not pay the actual prices for these shoes. I'm in Vegas right now. I was walking around. I'm done with the shoes. I'm done with the shoe game. I pretty much put up all the shoes I care to put up. I just so happen to know Porsche Design is a very hard shoe to get at a sale. I don't buy a shoe if it's not on sale. This is a $550 shoe, but it was on sale for 80% off. So with an 80% off, what are you to do? This is the next version of a shoe I already own. Unfortunately, in my opinion, they took away the actual spring. They did add graphite or carbon fiber, so that's cool. They added some carbon fiber in the shoe, but they took away the actual spring that I showed you in my previous video of a S-Bounce Adidas Porsche collaboration. And I prefer to see the spring. I mean, I'm sure there's some really good Porsche technology in there, but I don't see the bounce. This does move. As you can see, there is metal right here. And the whole thing is designed. I'm going to try to get it to move for you. I'm going to do my best to try to see if this thing does not move. I'm going to put all my weight on it. And you tell me if it moves. I just put all of my weight on that. I didn't see it move an inch. But they tell me the bounce is in the carbon. Okay. But the previous version, the bounce was in the bounce. I mean, it actually bounced when you put your weight on it. There were springs inside. You can see them move. So I haven't worn this outside yet. This is a brand new pair. I don't see the bounce. I like to see the bounce when the shoe claims to be able to bounce, and it's even called bounce in the title. Very well may bounce when I wear it. I tried it on in the store. I didn't notice a bounce, but at 80% off, I could care less. I just went ahead and grabbed it. Still a premium shoe. This is kind of like a mix between the shoe that I showed with carbon fiber, Porsche Design, without all of this sophistication. I said that shoe was about business. Just scroll down on the previous video. You'll see it. It was smooth like this. It was made out of leather. It's to me, this is a combination between this one, or the one that I showed with the leather one, and the other one what I showed in previous videos. Just scroll on down and you'll see a Porsche Design shoe with the actual Porsche suspension. So one of them had carbon fiber, the other one had Porsche suspension, and I think this is like a combination of both. It's as smooth as the one that was just carbon fiber. It seemed like a more business type shoe. But it also has this element in the back, which was the more sporty shoe, more jogger maybe. It didn't have leather, I don't believe. It was just like armor plated, up armor type of style. It's kind of like a blend of both. And for them to go through this much effort, I have to believe when I put all my weight on, wearing the shoe on my heel, that this will bounce. It's called bounce, for crying out loud, so it's got to bounce when you put your weight on it, all of your weight on it, and on the heel. So I might not have been able to do it just now, but it's got to bounce. I can only imagine. Okay, so you got premium leather here. They did something I do not actually like, but 80% off. I take it every time. They've got leather piece that goes all the way up and around. As a matter of fact, I had to take that back. I said I don't like it. Typically, this connection and this connection takes place here. But I actually do like when companies skip that because it's so rare. So this company, Adidas Porsche Design, skipped the combination here. Usually most of these fabrics culminate right there, but this one didn't. It said, okay, let's culminate right here. So they put a huge piece of leather here. Actually, I understand the art that went into that. Initially, I didn't like that, but now, on second thought, I actually like the art that went into not doing the typical stitch right here. Everybody does the stitch right there. So they said, okay, let's do it here. No problem. I actually like that. So you got one piece of leather here, wrapping all the way around, and then it connects right there. Okay, I feel you. I see what you're going with right there. You got one piece of leather here, going all the way around. Porsche Design. Boom. Just one piece of leather. Always like when they do that. Here you have a piece of leather. Not a fan of that ever. Internal, external, doesn't matter where it's at. I'm not a fan of this type of combination. And then you've got another piece of leather here. Goes all the way around, and stops right there. Anytime I see this, I think cheating. So I'm not a fan of it. The last pair of very expensive Adidas Porsche Design I showed you, they had fabric poking out here. They seem to curtail it somewhat, but I still see foam. So that was a real issue with the last one. It was a flawless execution, except for the foam sticking out. I'm really not a fan of this. I feel like this is an absence of fit and finish, an absence of professional stitching. You absolutely should never see foam poking out in a shoe that this thing was $550. Didn't cost me that. I only bought it because it was on sale for 80% off of $550. But premium leather, you go through all this effort and then you don't complete the stitching. It's really unacceptable. You got foam poking out, and $10 sneakers do that. Sneakers that are $10 have foam poking out here, so that's bizarre. But as I said before, and I'll keep saying again, heavily discounted. I went for it on one of the Porsche Designs, which is in the previous video, and I did point out that it did do the $10 sneaker fit and finish here. But I'm actually kind of shocked to see it on a second pair after, years. This is years beyond the pair I showed you earlier in a previous video. And they're still unable to complete this stitching in a way that was, that's kind of unfortunate. I also was told by the employee that I bought this from that they've discontinued their Adidas Porsche Connection, Adidas Porsche Design collaboration. So that's unfortunate, but Puma has taken it over and they look to make some really cool things with Puma. I see Puma taking over a lot of things recently, so they're really pushing to be more relevant in the shoe design and shoes and fashion in general. So I'm looking forward to it. I put up a video of a Rihanna Fenty sneaker by Puma collaboration. Amazing shoe. Outrageous detail. They did not leave you hanging here. It was a completed shoe. It was $40 shoe, but a brilliant shoe. If you get the opportunity, scroll down and check out the green suede Puma that I did a review on. Excellent shoe. Dirt cheap price. Came with a bag. I mean, Puma went all out with that shoe. And all three, I have 3 total Puma videos, shoe vids. So if you get the chance, check them out. Puma's doing some great things, and now I'm told they overcome, taking over this account with Porsche. So I expect them to continue to do great things. They definitely know how to make a great shoe. Quality shoe, well-built shoe. They don't mind doing it, and they don't mind having a decent price for it. So I'm a big fan of Adidas. I cannot let that go, Adidas. looks pretty minimal, but it's a pretty big deal when you're not able to or not willing to go ahead and complete your shoe design. There's no way in the world you should have fabric sticking out from the internal workings of a shoe, unless that's your goal, as you see in some of these off-white shoes. But outside of that minor detail, I give this shoe, as I did in the previous video of a previous version of this shoe, an 11.5 on a 10-point scale. It's an awesome shoe. Awesome idea. High-end fabrics, high-end materials. I mean, carbon fiber in the shoe. It's rare. It does happen, but if you get your hands on one, keep it. So, still got 11.5 on this shoe design. Just love the silhouette of these shoes. Love the material to the touch. You can tell that's very premium leather. It's a chrome type of color. Just a beautiful leather. And it definitely stands above the norm for a leather tennis shoe for men. And that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Watching shoes. Check you out on the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you on the next video.